A, she was a hooah. B, she was a hooah.
Any other options? I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words how wonderful life is. How you doing, folks, on a Thursday? Welcome to the live lineup where you get my show, all these other great shows, scrolling by for free, and now you get Glenn Greenwald. First of all, it should say my entire show, shouldn't it? Andy? Scrolling by for free, and now you get Glenn Greenwald at 7 p.m. after me. Let me tell you about Glenn Greenwald. He was a hardcore lib for years, but brilliant. Even when he was on the left, he always represented that side well, but he was smart enough to realize what a fucking farce the media is. And now I don't want to say jump sides, but he's, Tucker would have him on all the time. And anyways, he's there at 7 p.m. after me. If you want to watch it all ad-free, sign up for Rumble Premium. Don't forget to download the Rumble app. Today I'll be talking about yeast infections and corn muffins, in that order. Excuse me. I'm smoking menthols. Only 2 a day. I have 1 with my coffee and 1 at night. Like Bob Seger said, God damn it. What do you got? I'll be talking about Charlotte's mayor, another woman of color in a position of power that can't handle it, and another black thug murders a beautiful white woman. Again, hardly news on the legacy news. Again, reverse it. It's all we'll be talking about, which just proves again how full of shit the left is about this country being racist. It is racist. We know who the racists are and who have the real hate in their hearts. Also, white privilege debunked. I got a clip. It's been out there for a while. This guy is just a regular guy, but he had enough of white privilege. And he lays it out perfectly. You probably already seen it. I don't give a shit. If you haven't, that's why I'm showing it. I don't care if only 2 people haven't seen it. He lays it out so well, what's wrong. And enough of that. And that's what I'll be talking about if I don't pass out. Anybody see the game last night? I got to admit, the NFL's been putting on a pretty good show for the first week. Vikings, Bears, J.J. McCarthy. He won a national championship under Harbaugh at Michigan. He was the 10th pick last year, and he blew out his meniscus in preseason. 10th pick in the whole draft, blows out his knee. So last night was his first start as an NFL quarterback. Vikings on the road at Bears, where he grew up, by the way, in Chicago. They show pictures of him as a kid with a Chicago Bears shit on his side. All he wanted to be was a football player. It's amazing. Me too. I ended up waitressing. That's me at Hooters. I dropped my spoon, miss. Can you get it again? So anyways, he had kind of a shitty first half. And Caleb Williams looked good. And then it was a total reversal at halftime. What it looked like to me is the Bears got out-coached. That's what it looked like. Adjustments at halftime. And I just had this feeling, because I had the Vikings given a 1.5. But I just had this feeling they were going to, because they seemed to do it last year on a Monday night or something. I don't know. Anyways, J.J. McCarthy is the real deal. They were behind, and he just kept plugging and plugging, throwing the ball around, ran one in. He got good legs for a white boy. Yeah. So it was a pretty good goddamn game. The college games, I read you the scores. That meant nothing yesterday. East Tennessee at Simon School for the Blind and Typing. Anyhow. So it starts all over again Thursday night, NFL college. This country is queer for football, as they say. And it's terrific, is it not? What the fuck else? What did I eat? She wouldn't want me to say that.
There are some good games this weekend.
Yeah?
Georgia, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay.
Wisconsin, Alabama.
Ooh, those are good.
Clemson, Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Georgia Tech's good. Yep. All right. Those are good ones.
Ooh, South Florida, Miami.
South Florida playing another. Who made this schedule out? They start with 3 ranked teams, and they've beat the first 2, folks. Oh, God, that's the one I'm circling. Absolutely. I'll be watching that at Starbucks or Panera.
Texas A&M, Notre Dame.
Another good one. Very good. That's what happens after you have a shitty week of soft sisters. All right, let's get on with it. Charlotte Mayor. Everything that's wrong with libs, I say. Don't even know if she's liberal. Guessing she's a Democrat. She's a black woman. She's running, a city. Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles. Or V. Lyles. How about Lyles? How about Vile? By the way, her necklace reminds me of something. Did you watch the game last night? 2 guys had about, I'm not exaggerating, $500,000 worth of diamonds around their neck. I'm guessing they were diamonds. Brothers ain't going to wear fake shit when they get making hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean 4 inches worth. One guy had, what the fuck? We get it. We get it. You really aren't breaking any stereotypes with that shit. We like shiny shit. All right, we get it. Jesus Christ. Well, not a raccoon, but I have to include that one, Dallas. Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles is coming under fire for her woke comments, calling for compassion for who? For the deranged vagrant who's accused of viciously stabbing a beautiful Ukrainian refugee on a train in her city last month. If you forget what he looks like, put his face up there. Friggin' chooch. That's her, and that's him.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than...
I don't want to hear about mental illness either. These people are smart enough to be able to take a train and get around the city and shit behind the mailbox and somehow survive on the streets. I don't want to fucking hear it. If you're mentally insane, I want to see you like laying in your own shit. That's my way you can't even function. Other than that, if you got clothes on and you're walking around amongst us, fuck you. This is a quote from the mayor. This is a tragic situation that sheds light on problems with society safety. Right away, she's going to blaming society and not the fucking scumbag himself or his scumbag parents. We'll never address it in this country. We'll never address black crime. We don't have the balls to.
Or address the scumbag judge.
She's a friggin', we'll get to her in a second. She's a fucking mulatto. She looks whiter than me, for Christ's sake. Right away, though, let's blame society. Safety nets related to mental health care on the system that should be in place. Yeah, but if it's in place, like the Republicans try to force people into institute, then you're fucking crunching their freedoms. Lyles wrote in a statement, and he told Joe Bruno, the reporter at the time, the Democrat added that the alleged perpetrator, Decarlos Brown Jr., Decarlos of Charlie is what it means. Charlie Brown, and I do mean Brown, appears to have suffered a crisis. Oh, is that what it was? He suffered a crisis. He suffered a crisis? He was sitting there going, I only have 2 options in life. To fall asleep on this train because I'm a fucking shiftless, lazy asshole, or stab a white woman to death. Suffered a crisis. We will never arrest our way out of issues such as homelessness and mental health. We're not trying to arrest our way out. You idiot. How about not letting them back on the street after their fucking 28th arrest or 14th? Do you hear her tone? Totally fucking clueless. She said mental health, like schizophrenia Brown was diagnosed with, needs to be treated. She's not even talking about the victim. Needs to be treated with the same compassion, diligence, and commitment as cancer and heart disease. Yeah, you're right. I compare this kid to the little kids at the Shriner Center. How fucking embarrassing. And you're a mayor. Once again, DEI hire, or blame it on, she's probably too old for DEI, affirmative action, whatever. Same as heart disease and cancer. Those who are unhoused. Do you need to know anything more about her wokeness? Are more frequently the victim of crimes and not the perpetrators. Are you guys listening to this? We have him stabbing a woman to death. an innocent woman minding her business, and this douchebag's focused on his problems. Mother of fucking God, we are doomed as a species. And she's a mayor. She's actually in charge of shit. A post online read, and I quote, "A woman is stabbed in the throat." Somebody pushed back, thank God. And the mayor's response is more compassion for the attacker. That is why crime keeps winning, whoever wrote that said.
What murder?
Such a racist society, yet every judge I see, it used to just be on TV and in commercials. Now every judge is a mayor is a black woman or attorney general. Yeah, and I question your ability to do the job. Kind of funny. The country ran great when it was all white guys running it. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. If this was England, they'd be banging on my door right now with handcuffs. And that's, you know, that's headed this way if you keep voting Democrat and whatnot. I'm incensed. This one really bothered me. I mean, this slaughter of that girl, and we're going to talk about another one today, who I haven't even heard anybody talking about, because she's in the shadow of that slaughter. But this one got to me. I thought about it while laying in bed last night. I'm thinking about it when I woke up this morning. I can't fucking believe that we can't come together and agree that there's no place, and we got to start. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know how you deter something like that. But the fact that a mayor of a major city is more worried about him is just every reason why you Democrats are getting your asses handed to you. See, you don't have just ABC, NBC, and CBS anymore. We have something called the fucking internet. You've been exposed. And as long as you got the AOCs of the world and the Bernie Sanders and the squad running, you guys are, you're cooked. Because the people that you supposedly have compassion for, black and brown people who live in bad neighborhoods, who you've been using since slavery. My wife's reading all these books about, she's reading me passages, and the Democrats back then, right after the slaves were free, were trying to use them. They wouldn't let anybody who fought on the Confederate side vote, but they wanted to they were coming down from the north to convince black people to vote who could hardly speak. This is in the 60s, for Christ's sake. It hasn't changed in England. Oh, my God. Anyways, I thought I'd open with something light. How was that? It is just so furious. What if that's somebody's sister? That's a relative, and you see that clip? Aye. And I know you got to stop it out of respect for the family, the clip. I understand that. But do you understand if you showed it? Maybe. I guess it wouldn't have a difference to the fucking idiots on the left. Just how gross that is and how insane. Anyways. Ladies, no headphones anywhere in public. Sorry. And unfortunately, yeah, don't dress provocatively. I know that. I'm with you. You should be able to dress any way you want. But I'm just saying, not as long as we have Dems running cities. And that goes for all women of all color. Just be careful. There's fucking psychotics out there, and I'm one of them. Where's my spork? All right. Enough said about
There are white. I've seen a lot of white.
By the way, if that bothers you, that's Senator Byrd. Former Klansman and senator in the Democrat Party. So just remember that. In our RTR segment tonight, Reverse the Race, is a beloved ex-veterinarian. And it says veterinary. That's not a word, is it? Veterinary professor. Anyways, works with animals. Was hacked to death. It says hacked, so I'm going. But then the other article said stabbed. But what's the difference? While walking her dog in an Alabama park, where she took her pet to exercise almost every day. The killer stole her truck and fled, but was caught by cops a short distance away the very next day. The body of Dr. Julie Gard Schnuelle, and that blonde hair and blue eyes just make them go crazy. They used to push my wife off the sidewalk in L.A. I'm not fucking shitting you. 59 years old, former professor of large animal medicine at Auburn University's College of Veterinary Medicine, was discovered in a wooded area of Catskill Park in Auburn on Saturday afternoon. She had driven to the park with her dog in her red Ford F-150 pickup truck. This sounds like a fucking country song, only with a horrible ending. The pup stuck by his owner's body and was found unharmed. Is that a set? Picture that. Picture that. Harold Rashad Dabney III. So that's the third generation of this scum. Look at his eyes. As dumb as a bag of hammers. Just look at him. I don't feel anything, man. From Montgomery, was arrested and charged with a capital murder.
Take your stinking paws off me.
Looks like a genius, doesn't he?
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
He's being held without bond at the Lee County Jail. Wow, I'm surprised. Yeah. News of Schnuelle's killing left the local community stunned, with locals and even state reps paying tribute to her. There's her family that she left behind. She's walking her friggin' dog. And he takes the truck. Why didn't you just take the truck? Oh, I see. And this is the other thing the media never reports. That goes down as a robbery, you know. Why didn't you just take the truck? Oh, that's right, because this is a hate crime. You hate Whitey and you killed her. That's simple. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. I said paid with a P. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. It's easy to get started. Just choose more or less on player stat projections. If you pick right, you could cash in. And I'm all over J.J. McCarthy after last night. I would load up on him. Micah Parsons on defense as far as sacks go. I mean, there's a ton of things to pick from. It sounds like fun, actually. With Prize Picks, cashing out is very quick, actually. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and a whole lot more. And Prize Picks even has Flex Play, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. How fair is that? Download the app today and use code NICKDIP to get $50 off, $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code NICKDIP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Thank you for supporting the show today. That's it, folks. If you want to watch the whole show live and free, go to Rumble and sign up for free. And while you're at it, go to nickdip.com for tour dates and merch. We'll see you guys next time.
Hi. Good night, everybody.